Hello, welcome back to the Vital Blend. My name is Anthony Vita. Today I'm going to talk to you about one of the biggest questions that people have is about what can I eat to prevent heart disease, type 2 diabetes, obesity? What can I eat that will stop me from getting sick all the time? The answer is surprisingly simple. I'm going to break it down for you in just a bit. All right, in this video, I want to talk to you about the foods that you can eat to avoid heartache, that you can avoid heart disease, type 2 diabetes, obesity, and many other diseases that are causing people a lot of pain and distress. And I don't think it's because these people don't care about their health. I think it's just that people don't understand what it means to truly eat healthy. You know, what they think is healthy isn't healthy. Because, you know, if you're not healthy and you think you're eating healthy, obviously you're not. Because if you were truly eating healthy, then you wouldn't be sick. You wouldn't be overweight. You wouldn't have heart disease, or you wouldn't be at risk for it. There's many things that you wouldn't be a factor in your life. You would be more focused on fun things. You'd be more focused on activities or doing whatever it is that you want to do. And health wouldn't even be a concern for you, because you know that you would be eating the right foods. Well, what are the right foods? I want to try to break it down for you. I'm going to try to give you the most important information that you can ever hope to learn about health, because it is very simple. I know that may sound crazy because everywhere you look, people are trying to make it more difficult. You know, there's all kinds of debates going on. Should I eat saturated fat? Should I eat cholesterol? Is it good? Should I be high carb, low carb? This is all crap. If you're watching television during the day, a lot of the afternoon doctors that are on television, they have their talk shows. These people don't know what they're talking about. There's a lot of people who are doctors on television who have no business being doctors, number one, and have no business being on television, because all they're doing is confusing people. So I want to try to cut through this garbage that is filling your mind, that is preventing you from understanding the truth about what you should be eating. Let's break it down in a very simple way. You know, the human race was predominantly plant-based for a long, long time, until we started to get the ability to hunt and kill animals. You know, the human race would not have survived if plant foods wasn't ideal for the human body. And I think if you ask anybody what are the best foods to eat, people will tell you it's fruits and vegetables. So I think everybody agrees that fruits and vegetables are optimal for the human body. So what's happened, though, is that eventually the human race began to hunt and kill animals, and we started eating a little bit here and there, whatever we could scavenge. And it was very clean. It was a very different kind of meat than we eat now. You know, we ate animals that were out in their natural habitat. They were eating their own natural diet. And we ate it whenever we can get our hands on it. It made up a very small part of our diet. And when we didn't get animals that particular day or week, we always had plant foods to fall back on, good old plant foods that got us to where we were at that point. Well, eventually mankind began to eat more and more animals, especially when factory farming came into place. You know, we didn't have to hunt them. We'd grow them on a farm. We bring them to the slaughterhouse, and we didn't have to worry about any of that. And so we kept eating more and more animal. And so now we're at a point where animal foods are a product. You basically can have any animal you want any time of the day. You can walk into a grocery store and you can say, you know what, I'm going to have turkey for lunch, I'm going to have chicken for dinner, and tomorrow I'm going to have pig, and tomorrow night I'm going to have fish, and then I'm going to, I mean, we've never had this in human history. And it's, as you can see, we've gotten away from the plant-based foods that made the human race what it was, and now we're eating more and more animal foods. You know, what once was a survival food is now becoming a staple. People build their lunches and their dinners around animal foods. You know, you go to the grocery store and you're kind of thinking about, well, Monday night's going to be chicken, and Tuesday's going to be fish, and then Wednesday's going to be this and that. And we kind of we build our meals around animal foods, and we never used to do that. We also have processed foods now. We have foods that never used to exist. You know, foods that have come along in the past 70 or so years that never used to exist because they're made in a laboratory using a lot of chemicals. And if you don't think that this has a negative impact on our health, you're kidding yourself. The combination of eating these fake foods that are being made in labs and eating a lot more animal products, which bring in a lot of saturated fat, a lot of cholesterol, not to mention a lot of the bacteria and viruses and microbes and things that are inherent to factory farming, like extra hormones and antibiotics. This all gets marbled into the meat, it gets into the milk, it gets into all facets of these animal products. These are the products that we now base our meals around every day of the week. And this is what's getting us. This is what's making us sick. This is what's making us fat. This is what's clogging our arteries. And once you understand that plant-based foods is optimal for human health, predominantly plant-based foods, and once you understand that plant foods are optimal for the human body and that animal products and fake foods are a detriment to the human body, only then will you be able to turn your health around. If you still believe that eating animal products is good for you and that you need it, you will keep banging your head against the wall and you will continue to have health issues. And so it's very important that you retool your entire diet. And instead of saying Monday night's going to be chicken night, how about Monday night is potatoes? How about Tuesday night we're going to have rice? Wednesday night we're going to have some beans. And we're going to, look at it from that point of view. Limit the animal products if you have to have them at all. Cut them out if it's at all possible. Stop going out to eat fast food. Cut out the junk foods and the chips and the donuts, the foods that we never used to eat as a human species. Look at the foods that got us to where we are, the plant-based foods. I'm talking about fruits, vegetables, rice, potatoes, beans, grains. These are the foods that the human race has used to get to where we are. These are the foods that we ate before we became overrun with factory farming, meat around the clock, grocery stores on every corner, and processed food everywhere you turn. And it's once we started making those foods the main staple that we've gotten sick, we've gotten fat, and we've started to have a lot of heartache in our lives. We need to get back to the plant-based foods that got us here. And I want to offer you a free download. It's a few pages that I put together which will help get you jump-started into a new way of thinking and a new diet for yourself. Just go to freejumpstartguide.com. This is my book that I put together, and I believe it'll help you. I believe it'll help get you on the right path, because you have to understand how to eat healthy, truly, before you can make any kind of headway. I want to know what you think. What do you think about what I just said? I want to hear pros and cons. Put your comments and questions below, and I've got more great videos coming for you here at The Vital Blend. Thank you very much.